Hi guys, good morning. So guys, let's start the session. शुरू करते हैं. Let's start guys. तो जैसे आप देख सकते हो, क्विकली हम एक बार बीटीसी का एनालिसिस करना चाहेंगे. तो बीटीसी आप देख सकते हो क्या चल रहा है बीटीसी के अंदर. ठीक है. सो कल और परसों में मार्केट काफी बुलिश था. ठीक है, ऑलमोस्ट बीटीसी ने 94,800 तक का हाई लगाया. ठीक है, बट आफ्टर दैट व्हाट यू कैन सी इज अ रिजेक्शन ऑन द चार्ट. ठीक है, तो 94,800 से एक डाउनफॉल आते हुए दिखा एंड प्राइस जो है इट केम डाउन टू 91,000. अब अगर मैं 4 आवर्स का टाइम फ्रेम ओपन करके दिखाऊं आपको, तो आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे कि सबसे जो मेजर अभी प्राइस का जोन है दैट इज अराउंड 90,000, राइट. So you can see this is the 90,000 zone. Now, there are two things which can happen in this scenario. One is price consolidates and then recovers from here and eventually breaks 94,800. The second is the price breaks 90,000 and comes below, right? Both the two situations can happen. Now, which one out of the two will happen will depend upon the global geopolitical situation which is currently ongoing, right? So, obviously, we know, right? US and Russian tensions are slightly rising up thanks to the Venezuela conflict. But what impact it might have on the markets is still unknown. Okay. BTC is fairly stable, अभी भी stable है, but हमें नहीं पता कैसे सिचुएशन टर्न अराउंड हो सकती है, राइट. So hopefully that is clear. Now, if we talk about Ethereum, right? So Ethereum recently created a high of around $3,300, right? From there onwards, we have seen a fall towards uh, yesterday's low, which is almost 3,125, right? Right now, the price is trading slightly above yesterday's low, and that's what we might see. Okay, just a second. Now, if we check Solana also, right? So Solana gave a decent movement from the uh, last week low, which is around to $120, right? From $120, it went all the way up to 143, and here we seem to have a proper resistance zone. So let me just quickly mark it. So this is where the prices are facing some resistance, and now from around 143, what we have seen is a rejection on the chart, right? So obviously, which is the next, you know, major move that we can expect in the market? So it is very clear that if BTC sustains 90K, okay, alts to remain bullish. If BTC breaks 90K, expect decent downfall, right? This is what I'm expecting. So it will only depend upon how the price reacts around the mark of 90,000. If you check BTC again, so here, this is the support that I'm talking about. Now, when can we expect some actions in the market? So obviously today is a Thursday, right? So Asian Open, the market has not actually reacted a lot. It's more or less been sideways. So today, what's going to matter is the US Open, right? So US Open around 7 to 8:30, not 8, 9:30, 8:30 p.m. expect some action, right? And I believe today the Chinese CPI is also coming, right? So that might also result in some movement in price. But overall, you understand the point of view. If market is able to hold 90,000, it's good for us. It's good for all the investors. If the market quickly tries to recover and then again corrects back to the same zone. I'm talking about something like this. So that is when we will have some positional shorts created on Ethereum, right? So on Ethereum, we can have a target of up to $3,030, right? So if you check on 4 hours time frame, just a second. So here we can expect the price to be correcting towards 3060 to 3040 zone. And beyond that level, we can expect it to come to 2900, right? So these are the two major support zones that I'm expecting will play a major role in the Ethereum's price action. Plus, majorly it depends on BTC, right? Now going back to US volatility index, right? So here, if you see, the volatility in the US market is kept in control, even when a lot of even when a lot of conflicts have seen to rise up, US volatility index is still stable. It's not moving like crazy, right? The volatility has not gone up sharply. Now, this is one good thing about the market. Even when, we might have some panic, we might fear about our long positions, but what the US volatility index tells us is the markets are still, you know, stable. Investors are not at all worried. So that is one good thing about this market as of now. So even when you see a lot of news circulating, a lot of estimations by analysts and everything, so we come back to the conclusion that the volatility index is kept in control, which in turn tells us the US markets are stable, right? So here you can see Dow Jones is consistently creating new highs. Yesterday's candle was slightly bearish. So all the way from the top, we have seen a correction. Now, obviously, if you see the structure, so it is more of a buy on dip structure, and this has been largely due to Trump uh, playing around with tariffs, resulting in a lot of funds inflow in the US economy, right? If you check Nasdaq as well, right? So Nasdaq yesterday was pretty bullish, but what we can see right now is a rejection from the short-term resistance, right? If you check S&P 500, now here the story is again similar to Dow Jones, right? We have a rejection from top, so we don't know where this is actually heading towards. Now, in terms of geopolitics, right? So all it depends now is on the Russia versus Ukraine conflict. So recently, if you have checked the news, the US has attacked on a Russian oil tanker, right, in the Atlantic Ocean. So that was one turning point in terms of the conflicts between the two major countries, right? So I think Russia has also reverted back with threatenings, warnings, and everything, right? So that has led to some panic, right? And this has happened in the last, uh, approximately 12 hours. So that might lead to some, if this scenario escalates, then this will obviously not be like, will obviously not be great for the markets, right? So that is pretty much very, important for us to, you know, look into because if this actually escalates, this will lead to a lot of problem. Okay. So I have a few trades to share with everyone. Okay. First of all, if you see here, so if we take this to be our short-term support on Ethereum, right, which is around 3130, right? And even on hourly, you can see the price being near the 200 EMA, which is again a pretty decent bottom, right? So if the market doesn't actually go down, right, we might see a small reversal from here. And this is what we are trying for, right? Trying to capture. So if you open 15 minutes time frame, and if we target 3190 to 3200, right? By entering at the current market price. So this can be a scalp long trade, which we can capture. So let me just quickly share the trade. The entry is around 3140 to the TP will be 3195. Let's take it as 90. I've shared the signal. You can check. So this is a long trade that I'm talking about, which can be played around if we expect a small recovery in the markets, and thanks to price trading at a good support on the hourly time frame, right? I have another signal with me, so I'll just share that to you as well. So this is a short on BTC, okay, and this is a positional short. So what we have is a short, but we will enter this only when the market breaks 90,000 level. So that's the logic behind the short. So BTC USDT, if it breaks 90,000, so around 89,400 to 89,800 is the zone where we'll be playing around with this trade, right? So expecting if 90,000 gets broken, we shall see a continuation in the market heading downwards. So that's where we will place this trade. Okay. Now, any questions, guys? If you have any sort of questions, I have shared two trades. One of them can be executed right now. The other is when the market breaks, right? If you are fearful about longing, I mean, going long in this correct kind of a market, so you can be safe. You can avoid. But again, if you want to take a small risk, you can do that too. All right. Any questions, guys? So obviously the market is at a decisive zone now, and today's US market open will actually decide where the market heads, right? So please be safe in terms of what trades you execute. Okay. Cool. So just repeating what we have just said now. So Ethereum on hourly time frame is at 200 EMA, which is a pretty decent support, right? From here, we can expect Ethereum to head upwards, and this, should lead towards 31 200 as the target, right? And secondly, if you check Solana, right? Sorry, if you check BTC, so again, it is somewhere nearby 90,000. So by any chance, if 90,000 zone breaks, then we can expect BTC to come back to 87,000, which is almost near the range low. this is what we are trying to expect from the market right now. Let's see where we actually have a decent move coming in. Maybe it's after the US Open, so that's what we have to wait for, and then probably following that, we should have some good trade setups to execute, right? Teach one concepts or technical analysis for us. For sure, why not? Cool. So there is also something called as BTC dominance, right? So here, first let me explain to you what this means actually. So BTC dominance tells you whether BTC is the outperformer or BTC is the underperformer, okay, in the market. So, if for an example, BTC dominance is going down, right? And BTC is sideways. BTC dominance is going down. It means the altcoins will be bullish. So, whenever BTC dominance comes down, it's the altcoins which outperform. So, outperformance means if the markets are bearish, then BTC will obviously fall more if the BTC dominance comes down, and the altcoins will fall less. But this doesn't usually happen. So what happens is when the markets are bearish, the BTC dominance goes upwards. And that's when BTC will fall less and the alts will fall more, right? So BTC dominance is a good metric to look at. You can see BTC dominance nearing a major support, right? So here you see, if I talk about BTC dominance, so it is almost near a major support. So now, if by any chance, you know, BTC is coming down near around 90,000 and BTC dominance is testing this level, and now if all of a sudden BTC dominance goes upwards, it will tell कि the markets might just, you know, like a scenario might just come like arise in markets where BTC is outperforming. So that's usually when the markets are bearish. So all of a sudden, if the market falls, BTC will fall less, but the alts will fall more, right? So this might happen if BTC dominance comes to as 58.6% ka zone. Right? So you have to see how this plays around. But before that happens, we'll obviously see the market being a little sideways to bearish before it actually tests the 58.6 zone, right? So here, again, this is a pretty important chart. If you see on the, price action wise basis as well, here you can see this chart plays, I mean, follows price action just as, any sort of price chart does. It's a pretty decent chart to look at. It respects everything. So recently what happened was when market broke the support, I mean, when the BTC dominance broke the support, we saw a huge rally in alts, right? I mean, this rally sustained for around an hour or two, and a lot of people captured long trades on Ethereum and on Solana. So this works pretty well. So you should ideally look at BTC dominance, right? Every time you place a trade in BTC or on Ethereum, right? No worries, we will obviously break this down further. Okay. We'll obviously break this down further in our future sessions, but this is one good thing to look at. Hope this is clear, guys. Any questions? Any questions, guys? Cool. So I believe that is pretty much it for today, right? We have a lot of things discussed. And now let's actually focus on where the price heads towards. So in the next couple of hours till the UK Open, we might see a decent move. If the market doesn't move at the UK Open, we should wait for the US Open. Okay. So till then, let's just wait and watch what exactly goes on. And then from there onwards, we will plan more trade setups. Okay. So thank you so much everyone for attending. See you all in the next session. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye, guys. Any other questions, you let me know. I'm here on.